This is the next step for your handy stool. I need you to make sure you are listening.
Make sure you look at it.
This is the next step for the handy stool. Now you need a few things with you. You need a drill with a 2.5mm drill bit. You also need a driver with the Phillips head bit. You also need the screws, which are just over there, Kieran. You want to grab those? K-Dog Vlogs is making another appearance. You also need the handy box screws. It's not handy box, it's meant to be handy screws. Alright. And the last thing you need is you need to have your glue as well. Now some people, when we put your rails in, your rails are a little bit too high. Okay, so we just need to cut them down. For today, I'm just going to leave that like that because I'll show you how to deal with that later. We need to put a healthy amount of glue in there. You don't want heaps of glue, just a good amount there, okay? Because when you put that in, you want to squeeze that up the sides there. Because that's the whole reason why we did that housing joint, is to get more gluing area. So squeeze that all in and all around on each of those sides there. Making sure that you can do both legs at the same time. Okay. All right, fantastic. Once you have done that, grab your legs. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to push them in, just like that, so they are nice and firm into that housing joint. Okay, then standing up. Now this is where you've got to be really careful. Don't go squeezing, don't go pushing on it, because it can collapse. Okay, so if you start pushing on this and squeezing it, it can collapse, so you don't want to push that too much. Okay, just making sure they are nice and firm down on the bottoms there. Okay, from there, you then need to get your pilot drill. This is a 2.5mm drill bit. Now the 2.5mm drill bit is good because if you use this screw, it will split your timber if you don't drill it. So we put a 2.5mm drill bit in there to get rid of some of the material in there so that the thread still bites, but the middle won't make it split your timber. Okay, so you want to make sure that is all the way down, nice and firm. Now you want to make sure your drill is horizontal, not 90 degrees to the leg, but horizontal. Going all the way in there like that. Now when you put this first screw in, you just want to have it, you don't want to have that tight. You don't want to bury the screw head. And I'll show you in a little bit why. Then the second one. A little bit too much. So I've only put 2 in that side, and I'll only put 2 in this side as well. All right, once you have done that, so it's not going to fall apart now, I need you to bring that over to either the linisher or the spindle sander. And you want to sit that on there and you want to see if it rocks at all. So just tapping the either side there. Now this is perfect. All right, there's no rocking, no anything. But if it does rock, and it was to rock like this, means you'd want to put something under there and then push down to compensate for that. And you want to keep going until when you tap those, there's no movement in it whatsoever. Now that there's no movement in it, I can tighten those screws up and I can put the other screws in as well. All right, back we go. You know that it can hear you.
Yeah, I know.
Now I'm not going to bury those screws, I just want to make them nice and firm. Now you've got to be really careful when putting those screws in. You do not want the drill to jump off or jump out, because you don't want to put a starfish in the side of your timber, because you'll throw that Phillips head into the side of your timber and it'll be there forever. Now that I've done that, you need to grab a rule and go around and clean up any of the glue that is anywhere on those sides there, and try and get as much off the inside of there as possible, okay? Because that's where we're going to put our dowel. If the timber's in there, it's going to make it really hard. That is now nice and firm. You can move that around. It's not going to move anywhere. We don't have to wait for the glue to dry. That's what the screws are there for. Okay? Any questions about that?
No.
No? All right, give us a like and subscribe then. All right, Andy, so go to these guys. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I found it, yeah. Boom.
What a great class. All right.
I filmed it. I filmed it, yeah. That's